is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi. It's January 21st, Wednesday. Take that day off, crazies!
It's Thursday, January 21st. Get the day right, get the day right, get the day right, get the day right, get that day. Do it better, do it better. You know what happened? And this is on us. It's on us, and it really is on you. The inauguration party got out of hand. It got out of hand. It started at 11 in the morning. We and it just, I don't want to get into details. It just got out of hand. And next thing you know, I show up here 5 a.m. on a Thursday. You're still here with Hawk and Tom, weirdly enough. I don't know how.
We invited them.
And so you thought it was still Wednesday. And I think that's on, you know.
Well, the situation is I never listened to Gaga before noon.
That's right. Yeah.
Yesterday, that was unavoidable. And it always throws me for a loop. I lose sense of all, ability to say.
You can't shut your Playboy mouth.
I can't. Yeah. Yeah. You get it. Hey, today's a good day.
This popcorn's good, I can tell you that.
Today's a good day to take off.
Take it off.
Okay. Let's see here. Yes. This says here vegetable chat for 5 minutes.
Vegetable chat for
Vegetable
5
chat
minutes.
for 5 minutes.
Who is writing those notes?
This is from Trace.
Tracy, why?
Why not? You're over there shoving your mouth full of popcorn.
Wow, saucy today, Trace. Calm it down.
Eat your veggies.
I mean, it's got corn's a vegetable.
Let's try this. We're going to do the letter game.
Okay.
Vegetable for each letter. A, asparagus.
B, beets.
C, corn.
Corn technically grows out of the ground. Yes.
Anything in that world of veggies.
Carrot was the obvious one.
Huh.
Yeah, right. Oh, D, daffodil.
Yeah. E, evergreen.
Evergreen what?
Evergreen.
Just like a tree?
Yeah. Munch down, baby.
E for evergreen. F.
She wanted us to do this for 5 minutes?
I mean,
Tracy, are you insane?
I'm just standing still. Fennel, I got you. Go.
G?
G.
Granola.
Nope.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, he said.
The good stuff. All right, everybody. We're going to trim vegetable talk down to 2 minutes
How
today,
dare us.
unfortunately. We'll move on to the next thing, which is...
Latter-day Saint talk.
No,
No?
that was yesterday.
Okay.
National Hugging Day is today, everybody.
I don't know about
Now, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. If you're living by yourself, then what do? We'll give some helpful hints and tips later. But I was hugging my kids yesterday, hugging them, saying, "Good night, bud."
Yep.
I like how you keep putting the lid on and sliding it away.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Sarah Brinkman gave us this popcorn, and this is the last thing left. It's like a week old, and it's still delicious.
Yeah. I was hugging my kiddos, and they were like, "Dad, can I tell you a secret?" I was like, "Of course you can tell me a secret. Of course you can." And he said, "I got to tell you something about Dan." I was like, "Okay."
Is this Grizz or Gav?
This is Chris.
Really?
Gav was looking on, though, shaking his head in approval. And he said, "Dan knows about National Hugging Day." And I said,
Did he say that seriously?
"Yeah, he did. He was very serious about this." I was like, "Okay, should I ask him about it?" He's like, "Absolutely, you should, Dad." He shook my hand and he walked off.
Nice doing business with you.
Do you know about National Hugging Day?
I do. And that's weird. It seemed like a real man-to-man conversation you guys had. Get your cold beer here. Cold beer. Ice cold beer here.
Like at the games?
The beer man.
Yeah.
The beer man. You know the beer man. Rip Zorn. Rip Zorn, the original beer man, showed up at Soldier Field in 1942 with a giant square container filled with ice cold beer. Nobody asked him to do it. He just walked in and
What
they
year?
let him. 1942, Soldier Field. And he just starts walking up and down the stands at Soldier Field. Call beer, get your cold beer here. And he was giving away ice cold beer in 1942. This prompted a response from the Bears fans like none other. If you know Bears fans, you know that they love precious little more than free beer. And so what happened? Rip Zorn is walking those aisles, and as he keeps handing out free beer, the response becomes overwhelming. And what happens? Everyone gives Rip Zorn a giant bear hug for free beer. And he became a legend. After that, of course, the Bears stopped you from bringing in your own beer. They created beer men that would sell the beer, but everyone knew the legend of Rip Zorn. Everyone knew the magic moment that he had created and the magic bear hug that followed, and they started and established National Hug Day after that event. True story. Back to you, Bran.
This day was created by Kevin Zaborny.
You know when this would have been good right here?
What?
It was on Popcorn Day.
Yep. Kevin Zaborny.
Zaborny.
Kevin Zaborny, he basically created, his family created a calendar, Chase's calendar of events. And Zaborny, they basically created a bunch of days.
Was
and
he like a basket weaver, Zaborny Weaver?
Yeah. And they chose to make National Hug Day January 21st because it was the time between the winter holiday season and, the springtime, and feel like there was a time that people needed a little bit, they were a little bit low. It was winter time. They needed a hug. Mm-hmm. So it's today, it's a pick-me-up day.
We'll pick you up there.
It's a pick-you-up day. Now, you might be asking yourself, there's a pandemic going on where we can't really be around people. Well, how do we celebrate this day? We can't just be going around hugging people.
Virtual hugs.
How do we...
Virtual hugs.
What do you mean when you say virtual hugs?
Just a few things. One, you could do a virtual hug. You could talk to them and say, I'm going to give you a virtual hug. And you just go up to the screen. It's weird.
Now, you recorded one of these to send to your Aunt Janie.
Aunt Janie, that's right.
And we're going to play that right now. Trace, key that clip.
Aunt Janie, are you there? Click the camera link, Aunt Janie. Janie, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have the camera on?
No.
All right, there's a red arrow over.
What do you want, Dan?
I want to hug you.
What?
I want to hug you.
Okay.
So I need you to click the camera so you can see me hugging you virtually.
I'm not ready for camera.
It's a red line over the camera. You just click that arrow and you can push the camera button and you can see me.
I'm in my undergarments.
Aunt Janie, it's 2 PM. Why are you in your undergarments?
Why aren't you?
Man,
Janie.
we never got to see you actually do the virtual.
No. But there's another way to do a hug. You can send in the mail Hershey's hugs. See where my head's at?
Yeah.
Or, and this may be a little creepy, but go for it anyway. You go buy a bunch of those hugs at the store and you just put them in people's mailboxes.
Okay.
National Hug Day. Okay. They'll get it.
Okay.
Pick the day off. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen to this one. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Hug joined the lexicon in 1560.
Wow.
Yeah. It's derived from the Old Norse word hugga, or to comfort. So how about that?
Hugga.
Hugga.
Interesting.
Hugga.
Okay. What does that have to do with the day?
Just a fun fact about the hugs.
Wouldn't it be better if the Rip Zorn story was the real history?
It is not, though.
But wouldn't it be better? It's a great story.
It's a great story. It's a great story. Now, how about this one? That's not anything important. We're going to
go to a break.
We're going to go to a break.
Gonna eat some more corn.
We're going to come back, and we are going to talk about awkward hugs.
Okay.
Everyone loves a good awkward hug.
Nope.
No one does?
It's weird.
They are weird.
Weird.
But we're going to get some of those awkward hug stories because sometimes those are fun to they're not fun in the moment, but they're fun to look back at and laugh at. So we're going to get to those here in just a second. Here on...
Take the day off.
Janny?
Janny is not. Tracy isn't. Janny was playing Tracy. Tracy was playing Janny saying we're back.
You're correct.
Yeah, good job, Trace.
Hey,
Yeah, buddy.
you call me buddy?
I did. I'm trying to mend some fences here.
Oh my gosh. You want to go on dinner?
No, I do not. I'm married, Trace.
Not on a way. Not that way.
Not all the way? Not all the way married?
No, like I'm not trying to go to dinner
Just
with you.
as friends, you want to go to dinner?
As friends.
No,
Call me buddy, but you won't get food with me?
that's right.
Hypocrite.
Hypocrite?
Yeah.
Okay.
We asked the Bramble Jam Plus members yesterday about awkward hugs. Dan, do you have an awkward hug that kind of comes to mind? You've had some time to think about it.
Any side hug, like when you're like, once you get to be like 18 to 25, when you see people you haven't seen since high school, and it's like, should we hug? Should we? That's weird. Also, on my dad's side of the family, my dad had two siblings, had a brother and sister, and then his father passed away, and then his mom got remarried to a guy that to a guy that had 6 kids, and it was a Brady Bunch situation. And because of that, whenever we went over there for holidays, they had all the 6 kids. 3 of them been married a couple times, had kids. Like there were so many people. I didn't know everyone, and some of them would give you some serious hugs, and you would just kind of be like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
That comes to mind a little bit.
I think the story that comes to mind for me was I once went on a pub crawl of sorts in Asheville for my friend's birthday.
Okay.
It was me, my wife, him, his wife, another good friend and his wife, and then someone we didn't really know very well, but he knew them, and so it was like, we'll bring them along. But it wasn't a part of the core friend group.
Yeah, that's
it was
right.
an external person.
Yeah.
And it was
seventh wheel.
Yes, this guy and this girl. And the thing about that girl, who didn't really know her, when she gets the drinks, she gets very huggy. She's a touchy drinker.
No.
And it just got uncomfortable, the amount of hugs. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Have you ever had one of those situations?
Yeah.
That's the thing that
That's
comes to mind.
uncomfortable.
That's uncomfortable. It's just like, all right, you're like really hugging a lot of. There's a lot of hugging
You
going
go over
on.
there. That's right.
I don't want hugs. I'm not a big hugger in general. So whenever there's a lot of it going on, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I also never like when you're just meeting someone and they come in for the hug.
Yeah. If you've never met him before?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's weird.
Right.
Hey.
It's like, it happens more like if like the person knows somebody that you're around and they already hugged. And so then you're faced with a,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird. Yeah.
do I shake or do I hug?
And then there's
do
some
I
people-
shake or do I hug?
When I was teaching and when I was principal, occasionally there were parents that were big time hug people, and they would tell you up front, I'm a hugger. I like to hug everybody, and I don't know how that gives you carte blanche on hugging. I don't understand it. Like if you just say, hey, I'm a hugger, you can't just still hug anyone you want to hug. That's not how life works.
It's not how life works.
Yeah, people still have personal space.
That's exactly right.
I'm fine with the hugs. I'm not as probably as bad as you. I'm an extrovert by nature, so I know it's going to happen. I'm never going out of my way for them though.
Now I want to. We asked the Bramble Gym Plus subscribers about hugs and awkward ones. We have one from Jackie who says Bill Abbott.
Oh boy,
Bill Abbott was her most awkward.
that
hugs.
is an honest answer. Wow, where do we even go from there?
You know what? I can believe that. I can believe that. He's a great, fine guy, I'm sure. But of the, you know, you never know what to do sometimes.
Man, I've got a story for you. At the visitation when my grandfather died,
Oh boy.
I was standing with my aunt and uncle talking. 2 guys who looked to be about the age of my parents, mid-60s, came up and gave my aunt and me a hug. They were so excited to see my aunt and me. The second one gave me a hug and even tried to kiss me, but I was able to squirm out of it. I kept looking at my aunt and uncle with those eyes that say, what is going on, and get me away from these guys. These guys grew up down the street from my mom and her sisters, and their parents and my grandparents were all really good friends. They were really close, and one of the guys eventually asked me how my dad and the kids were. I said that everyone was good. He then asked me where they were so he could say hi. I told him he was talking to one of the kids. It turns out he thought I was my mother. He thought I was my mother. Everybody laughed about it, but then I realized that my aunt and uncle were watching all of this and had realized what was going on and just let it happen because it was funny. Wow. That is next level right there. I mean,
you know, Colleen has some interesting insight here. She says any hug that is light with back pats. If you're gonna hug me, give me a good squeeze. If it's just one of those like, hey,
it's kind of like the limp fish handshake.
Yeah,
there.
I don't like the back pats. There's a lot of that going on.
Somebody said all of them. Donnell said all of them. I'm a personal space gal. You have to earn a hug for me. Fair enough. I totally understand. Aaron says any and all church side hugs. Yeah, can't disagree with that right there for sure. One of my high school's mean girls was working registration at our 15th reunion. She gave me a hug, and when I got my name tag, I realized that never being hugged by her was a goal of my life. So sorry about that, Lori.
Don says tie for every time I run into my ex-boyfriend.
Ooh. Dawn, why is your ex-boyfriend still giving you hugs?
Why are you around him so much?
Man, yeah.
Got lots of questions.
Ikra says, I hugged a family member once who just stood there and didn't hug back. That's woof.
Who says this? Molly says, have you ever seen It Takes Two with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen? Anytime Steve Guttenberg's character hugs anybody, it's a super weird hug grunt noise that my best friends and I have been emulating since we were like 9 years old. One of those. The Goot. The Goot.
Hanging out with the Goot.
Hanging out with the Goot. That's
Ryan
exactly
Harold
right.
gives an answer that is disturbing. Basically, every hug I ever have to give. I like the one-arm side hug. When someone wants a real hug, I stand there with both arms down, chin up in the air. I am not into it.
Like this?
That is, boy, man.
Brian.
Brian.
You're responsible for the awkward hug.
That's right.
There.
He said basically every hug I ever give. He was honest.
So it's his fault.
Man, but he makes some dang good granola, I'll say that.
He does make good granola. That's right. Hey, we want to know tomorrow, what do you think a cat's greatest question
Oh, my
life
gosh,
is?
cats.
What do you think a cat's greatest? A cat is not a dog.
Cat is not a dog.
So remember that. Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget. So we're going to get to those tomorrow because it's Friday.
Save it.
Friday.
Save it.
Sorry. We're gonna leave you with the haiku. Who has it today?
Trace has the haiku.
Trace has it today.
That's right.
Gosh. Okay. We'll see what happens. Until then,
Take the day off.
take the day off.
Dan, oh Dan, why? Just go to dinner with me. I'll pay. Just kidding.
Man, she had me until she said, just kidding. Trace, if you're paying, I'm back in.
Why? She said.
Why?
Yeah. All right, Trace, I'll go.
All right.
I'll go. But you're paying for yourself. We'll split
Yeah,
this.
it's Dutch. Go Dutch.